Today's video contains spoilers for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. If you haven't seen it, feel free to click away and come back when you have. If you have, or just don't care, then enjoy. In today's video, we take a look at my brand new custom set. With 9 minifigures and 1 Morris, and just under 2,000 pieces, this one is gonna be so much fun. So join me as we take a look at set 75989, Tao Lo Village Attack, based on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Hey everyone, it's Buzz here, and yeah, it's been a minute. It's been like 20 days since I made a video, and I didn't want to put out something that I wasn't happy with, so here we are. One quick thing, my throat is still really sore because I was sick, so if I sound a bit weird in this video, I'm really sorry. But anyways, Shang-Chi was amazing. I loved it so much that it's number 7 on my MCU ranking. It was just so creative and beautiful that I just loved it so much. Hey, anyways, that's enough ramble. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the set. Starting off with Chapter 1. For the first minifigure we have, it's of course Shang-Chi, played by Simu Liu. Shang-Chi was such an interesting character throughout the movie, and I look forward to seeing him joining up with fellow heroes in the near future. I think one point I'd like to talk about is the skin tone, and I decided to go with nougat, because my likeness really didn't work with light nougat, and I think it's partially Lego's fault. I really wish Lego did more skin tone since it's really difficult to pick, but overall I'm pretty happy with the one I went with. Anyways, this figure comes with a brand new face print, which I think captures Simu Liu's likeness really well. His torso is now a base colour of dark red, and he also has dual moulded arms. He also has some leg printing and a side print for his sneakers. His accessory is the staff that he received in Tao Lo, but you could also put the 10 rings on him, which is really cool. Anyways, I think this figure turned out great, but what do you think? Does it compare well to the official Lego version? You let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have Shang-Chi's best friend, Katy, played by Awkwafina. Although I can understand why some people didn't like her character, I personally loved her. This figure represents when she was in her Tao Lo attire, and I think it's a really good upgrade to the official Lego version. I decided to go with a lighter skin tone for Katy, as I think it just works perfect with my likeness, but anyways, let me know what you think. Anyway, she has a new torso print with an improved floral design. Her accessory is of course her training bow. And finally, Katy also has an alternate facial expression where she's a little more startled, similar to the pic I used. Next up, we have Yin Nan, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, played by Michelle Yeoh. Seeing Michelle Yeoh in the MCU again was really fun, as she played one of the Ravengers in Guardians Volume 2. I decided to go with her orange outfit, which she wears when training Shang-Chi, as I think just giving her another red one would just be really boring. Anyways, this figure has a brand new face print and recolor of the other dress in orange. She also uses the Ray hair in black. For the first build, we have the main temple in Tao Lo, which was inspired by one of the main Chinese New Year Lego sets, but I extended it and made it look way different. And honestly, that set is already pretty perfect if you wanted to display it with some Shang-Chi sets. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that, we're here to talk about our build. Outside of the building, there's animal-shaped hedges on display. For the tips of the white fence, I used the maraca piece in white. There's also 2 red pumpkin pieces left and right of the building. Going inside the temple, there's 3 separate rooms and one above, but we're going to take a look at the bottom floor first. In the first room, you'll notice some green robes alongside a green bow staff and an ignited spear, which I decided to do in pink because I think that looks really cool. But anyways, I took a lot of inspiration from Diagon Alley for this section, and I'm really proud of it. In the middle we have just a pretty basic walkway, but it allows for a lot of possibilities, such as you can have Wenwu and Shang-Chi fight there. Moving into the last room, we have kind of like a mix of two rooms that is seen in the movie. The room with all the candles and an extension to the armory. As you can see on the desk, there are two slope pieces with prints for both Xialing's and Shang-Chi's armor. Moving to the top floor, we have like a dojo or a battle arena. Here we have Xialing and Trevor Slattery having a mini duel. But Trevor is playing dirty and using the iconic Lego fire extinguisher. But similar to the room downstairs, this room is packed with enchanted weapons. She has a purple battle axe, an orange sword, and what I think is a green scythe. Yeah, I'm not sure what the part is called. So two pieces that you can have two minifigures stand on to fight. Now let's get on into Chapter 2. And here we have the original Mandarin, Trevor Slattery, played by Sir Ben Kingsley. When I heard rumours of Trevor Slattery returning in this movie, I was so excited, as personally I really enjoyed his character in Iron Man 3. Anyways, this figure has the same tail low design as Katy, but uses nougat instead of light nougat, as I just think it works better for Trevor. He uses the Daily Prophet photographer's head in nougat and has the Prince of Persia hair in dark brown. I really hope we see more of Trevor Slattery in the MCU, but if this is it, I'm completely fine with that. And of course, next up we have his best friend, Morris. Unlike Lego's Morris, this version has dual molded wings with purple printing. Anyways, this version is pretty perfect as it is. I don't think I could change much anyways, and also I don't have much reference, but you let me know in the comments below. Here we have Deathdealer, played by Andy Lay. Although Deathdealer has a really interesting design, I personally thought the character was kinda boring. But they did serve their purpose. Anyways, unlike the official version, this figure has a 3D ponytail connected to a stud. It also has an updated torso print and dual molded legs, both with printing. And also comes with two weapons as an accessory. Overall, a pretty interesting design, but kinda just a bland assassin, which I guess was the point. Anyways, let me know what you think of Deathdealer in the comments below. Now onto the cooler assassin, we have Razorfist, played by Florian Munteanu. Honestly, Lego's Razorfist is pretty good. With a few mild inaccuracies and a reuse of the Poe Dameron head, I think it works quite well. But it could be improved, and that's what we're here to do. He now has shoulder armor, a new face print and recolor of the fin hair, and a sword piece in glittery orange. This guy had a way bigger role in the movie than I expected, and I'm really happy for the actor. Although his role is pretty minor, here we have Guang. I decided to include him as there wasn't many villagers in the set, so he just made perfect sense. I decided to completely redesign the outfit that I did for the rest of the characters for him, as he's kind of like a leader. So that way he has a brand new face print, torso and leg print, and of course his accessory is his bow and arrow. Wes, what other figures would have you liked to see included by Lego in the sets? Personally, I would have loved to see Trevor Slattery. For the first part of the forest, we have two cherry blossom trees, one big tree that is seemingly used for target practice, and a smaller tree that has two lanterns going down it which is connected to the river. Of course, the two lanterns represent Wenwu and his wife, as they are the two biggest losses to Shang-Chi and Xialing. I would love to see more cherry blossoms appear in Lego sets. I love the one that's in Ninjago City, it's just really cool and creative, but yeah. For the final build of this section, we have Razorfist's car. Who honestly knew that this car would be so important to the plot, as it helps them get into Ta Lo. Anyways, this is a recolor of the one that came in the sets, but I made it more accurate using a razorfist print on the side of the car. Anyways, that's a wrap on this chapter. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Chapter 3. Next, we have Shang-Chi's sister, Xialing. Getting Xialing right was really important to me as she's such a cool character. I decided to go with a light nougat skin tone for her, and although her torso looks quite similar to the Lego version, it has quite a few differences. Just looking at mine now, I realised it's pretty inaccurate, but that's because I based it off the Marvel Legends figure. She also has hip printing, which continues the design from her torso, and she has dual molded arms with printing. I'm excited to see where the MCU takes her as the new leader of the 10 Rings. Next up, we have Wenwu, played by Tony Leung. If I'm honest, Wenwu may actually be my new favourite MCU villain. He was so intriguing and I really appreciate that. As I still think a lot of antagonists in recent movies have been really one-dimensional, but Wenwu was totally not. For Wenwu, I decided to use the Superman hair, of course in black. It has the same parting as the hair Lego used, and also has a flick, which he got during the final battle. Wenwu also has a brand new torso print and leg print and has dual molded arms. Wenwu also is printing for 5 rings on each of his arms. Wenwu also has an alternate facial expression where he's just more angry. And here he is with, of course, the 10 rings. I think Wenwu is one of my best minifigures I've ever designed, but you let me know what you think in the comments below. Does it compare to Legos? And for the final part of the build, we have 2 Soul Suckers. These guys are built really similar to the Minox from the UCS Millennium Falcon, except they have these weird tentacles. Since I couldn't include the full Dweller of Darkness, I think these two work really well. And moving on to the main part of the build, we have the entrance to the Dweller of Darkness's home. Similar to the dojo and the temple, you can have Wenwu and Shang-Chi battle here, and I think that really works as a good play feature. For the scales on the wall, I used some round tiles to create the effect. I noticed this was kind of basic and plain, so I added a sneaky little play feature, which is a secret slide hidden within the rocks. There really wasn't much room to put anything back here, so I apologize for that, but hey, I think the front makes up for it. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the whole set. And here we have it, the full set, set 75989, Taolo Village Attack. This set has been so much fun to design, and thank you all so much for being so patient with me, as it's taken so long to get this video out. And here's what the set would look like if it was on Lego Shop at Home. And of course, to wrap it all up, we have the box art, which I think came out really well. And here we have all of the figures. Who was your favourite? You let me know in the comments below. And unfortunately, that is a wrap on today's video. But before you go, I have a couple quick things to say. I'm currently working on stuff for October, but you'll have to wait till next Friday to see what's in store. And thank you all for 7,000 subscribers. This has gone insane, and I seriously can't thank you all enough for it. Anyways, expect a Venom Let There Be Carnage set coming very soon, alongside some Halloween treats. So I'll see you all soon, and goodbye.